Hello guys. So the question is, when should you start your bulk? I need to give my body that much rest. Mental and physical change. I like to do slow and steady. You want to eat more protein and you want to eat more carbs. Now that really depends on you. I always sound so weird when I film like sit down videos because I don't necessarily know like what to do or what to say because I don't film sit down videos really that much anymore. I film a lot more in vlog style, so like talking to you guys, it's like different than like sitting down and talking. You know, please ignore this giant pile of clothes on my bed because that is clean laundry that I need to fold. Anyways, I wanted to have a little bit of a sit down chat with you guys because I am currently in a bulk. And today I actually kind of wanted to talk about, you know, how and when you should start your bulk or when you should start bulking, you know, like things like that. If this is something you are interested in, I'm here to help. I'm here to share because I'm currently going through this process as well, and I would just like to share my thoughts and my opinions on the subject. I am currently filming in a weird spot in my bedroom because I'm currently doing laundry out there and it's too loud. Otherwise I'd film out there. I feel like I'd feel less awkward out there. I have to do it in here. Okay, so the first thing I want to start off with is, what is a bulk? A bulk, in summary, is to gain size and strength by gaining not little to no, but like very little fat. So the whole point of a bulk is for you to get bigger and stronger, but obviously, like I just said, without gaining any of that fat weight. The only weight that you are gaining is muscle. And there are multiple different reasons as to why people do a bulk. I mean, a lot of the time it is to grow strength. That is one of the reasons I am bulking. And also to grow size. I am also wanting to grow a little bit of size. I want to make it look like I work out, you know? Even though it kind of looks like I work out, but at the same time, it could just be I'm lucky and that I don't work out, but I want it to look like I do. You know what I'm saying? You know? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So honestly, currently, this is my first bulk I am ever doing. There are obviously still tons of things I can learn, but these are just things that I know from living this lifestyle for so long. I just personally had never thought I needed to bulk or wanted to bulk until recently, actually, when I had decided that it would be a good idea for me to do a bulk. I kind of already answered this question, but why am I bulking? I'm bulking because, first of all, I want to grow strength and I want to grow size. I also want to push myself because I know with kind of like being stagnant of where I've been the past few years, I haven't really been pushing myself or challenging myself. And that's something I also wanted to do by doing this bulk because I've never done this before and I know that this can be so beneficial for me. So I really wanted to push and challenge myself to actually do this, not just physically but mentally, because I think a lot of what's been holding me back the past few years from even doing a bulk is my mental state. By not being mentally prepared for what my body is going to change into. And now a lot of people think that like doing a bulk means that you're just going to get fat, which is not the case. Yes, you are going to get a little, I guess you'd call it fluffy, but you're not going to get fat, especially if you're doing the bulk the right way. And that was kind of the impression I was under for a really long time, was that a bulk meant that you just got fat, even though I knew that that's not what that meant. Just the thought of it, like, oh, what if I do just end up getting fat? What if I don't actually gain any strength or size? You know, like I just got fat. That was always a fear of mine. And that's kind of something that I am trying to push past now, considering I have actually only been bulking for 2 months now. I started back in the beginning of September. And I've already seen a decent change in my body. Parts of me have already thought, you know, a little bit negatively, but I know in the end, like, this is what I'm going for. This is part of my goal, is to become bigger and stronger. So clearly along the way, I need to become bigger so that I can grow muscle and size to myself. So yes, I started my bulk about 2 months ago in the beginning of September. It is easier in the fall and winter time. This is actually a normal time for people to be bulking if they're not competing. A lot of people also compete around this time of year in like bodybuilding and bikini. I am not one of those people. And if you're not one of those people, this is actually a pretty popular time to when people start their bulk. So now I'm doing a pretty clean bulk. There is a set thing called a dirty bulk, and that is kind of when you eat a little bit more unhealthily throughout the process. Now I'm trying to eat very healthy, nutritious food to fuel my body, but I'm also eating in a caloric surplus. So I am not restricting myself. I am kind of eating necessarily whatever I want. If I want a treat, I'm gonna eat a treat. Like if I want a cookie, I'm gonna eat some cookies. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The majority of my meals are going to be healthy meals, which is why I think it's okay that I eat those cookies, because the majority of my bulk is clean meals. Those cookies that have extra sugar and calories in them won't necessarily matter as much because it's not all I'm eating all the time. Now, if I ate McDonald's and cookies every single day with milkshakes and ice cream, yeah, that would not be a good thing for me. Would not be necessarily a good thing for my bulk either. That's what is technically a dirty bulk. You eat unhealthy food, rude, all the time. So hence the term dirty bulk. But like I said, I'm eating pretty clean, so me eating those foods that necessarily aren't the healthiest every so often doesn't really affect me, or won't affect me the same way they would if I ate them constantly in the long run. If you get what I mean. Does that make sense? I really hope that it makes sense, because I don't want you to get the wrong impression, because if it doesn't make sense, then honestly you gotta let me know, because this is super important. I'm not actively like really tracking my calories. I kind of track here and there just to make sure that I'm getting enough protein in and enough calories in for my day, but I'm not like doing it like every single meal and every single minute, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not being super strict about it. I am kind of just going with the flow, making sure that I'm getting enough protein intake, making sure that I have protein within every meal, and even my snacks being more higher protein snacks rather than being just like a carb snack, you know what I mean? I'm just being super mindful of what I am taking into my body to account for it within my training as well. I hope all of that made sense. Truthfully, I hope it did. I'm really sick and tired of sitting there. It's a really boring spot, and I also feel really, really weird about just sitting there talking to you guys. It was also the best place with the best lighting, with the quiet, but honestly, I know that it's running out here and you could probably hear it, but you probably can't hear it that much, so I am switching it up on you guys. We're moving somewhere else. Ugh, there's so much dog hair on the floor. I really should vacuum, but oh well, it's fine. I haven't done a video sitting near my couch like this in a really long time. Okay, so enough about me, honestly. Let's talk about why you should start bulking, because honestly, I do think it's something that everybody will do or should do within their fitness journey, because it can be so beneficial to you. I just need some water. Oh, hello, puppers. Hello. I know your bed's missing. I know. He's so confused because he went to the groomer, right? But I had laundry in before he went to the groomer, so I didn't have enough time to put his bed in the wash before, you know? And so by the time that he was done at the groomer and I had to go get him, his bed was still not done. So it's there in the washer because the stuff in the dryer is not done. So, but normally he lays in the bathroom, so I don't know why he's just chilling right over here. Alrighty, back to you. So the question is, when should you start your bulk? There are probably many answers as to when you could start your bulk, but personally, in my just experience of, you know, realizing that I wanted to do a bulk, is having that mental and physical preparedness, as well as making sure that this bulk that you're going to do aligns with your current goals. If you have goals to become bigger or stronger, then absolutely you should do a bulk. There is absolutely, I don't think, any reason as to why you wouldn't. I mean, that is the prime and most effective way to be getting bigger and stronger, is through a bulk. And I think in general, it's the most efficient way, but being mentally and physically prepared are kind of different in my opinion. I feel like those are a little bit harder to get on board with rather than your goals being in line with what you want to do. It's definitely a little bit harder to get yourself mentally and physically prepared for a bulk, I think. Like I kind of said in the beginning of this video, mentally, I was not prepared to do a bulk in years past because I originally had thought, not that I thought like I was just gonna get fat from doing a bulk. Mentally, I couldn't prepare myself for seeing my body change in that way. Physically seeing my body get bigger instead of more petite and smaller and tightened which is the goals that I've had for quite a while. But truthfully, my goals obviously have changed. That's how I became more mentally prepared to do this bulk, because I actually want to see myself look bigger. I want to have more defined muscles, and honestly, I can't do that without growing stronger first. And this is supposed to be about you, not me, but I'm just telling you about my experience and how I got to this point. So I don't know. But like I was saying, mental and physical change, that's something you have to prepare yourself for and be in the headspace to be able to do. Mentally, you have to want that change and be okay with it. So that's the big thing, is you have to be okay with seeing your body physically change. And the physical part of that is actually following through on your plan so that you can actually see that physical change. It's definitely a process, I feel like. Definitely like a mental preparedness process beforehand. And I feel like that's a little bit harder than the actual bulk itself. Keep that in mind. So we went over when you should bulk, but now the real question is how do you bulk? So we just went over when you should start a bulk, and clearly that is all based on you. That is what's going to drive you as to when you should do a bulk. Like I just said, it's a lot of mental preparedness onto when you should do a bulk, and it's not for everybody. But I do think that it happens to everybody at least once in their fitness journey, and when you are mentally and physically prepared to do that, that is when you should do a bulk. Now, I know the big question is, how do you bulk? And don't you worry, I'm gonna let you know on how you bulk, because like I said, I've been doing this for 2 months now, and I have already seen a change in my body, and I've only changed little things in my life to be able to do that. Okay, I'm getting bored again. First thing you should do in your bulk, adding in a caloric surplus. You want to change your diet. You want to eat more protein and you want to eat more carbs. Those are the two main things that are super, super important to gaining more strength and size within your bulk rather than gaining fat. So not that you don't want to change your fats, but you want to I don't know. You don't want to limit them either. This is like a lot easier to explain when you actually are counting your macros and stuff like that, going from kind of like a cut to a bulk, or kind of just going from a maintaining point to a bulk, you know what I mean? You don't want to increase your fats dramatically, because fat is still fat, and that is what's going to add that extra fat onto your body, not the protein and the carbs. You really want to make sure that the protein and the carbs are being used for your workouts and then after your workouts to gain that strength and that size. And honestly, if it helps to track, you should definitely track your macros during this process, especially if it's your first time. I think it would be really helpful, and it's really beneficial to people to track their macros when they're trying to hit a specific body goal or an aesthetic goal. You know what I mean? Like right now, I am not currently tracking my macros, but I'm kind of just going loosely based off of what I already know. I do make sure that I get in plenty of protein throughout my day, and making sure that I am eating more protein than normal. And like I said, I add more protein into every meal compared to when I was just maintaining. But the most important part, I feel like, in changing your diet is adding in that more protein. That is super, super important and very, very crucial to muscle gain. Standing up because I can't stay in one position for long. This is literally where the best lighting is, so I'm sorry. I have to stand somewhere. Is this a good spot? Not really. The lighting is coming from the side, and I'm all the way over there. Lighting's coming from the side. It's fine. We're gonna push through, okay? Second thing you want to do is switch up your training, because this is really important, because the way you train is obviously going to help you get stronger or kind of stay the same. There are lots of training styles, and you can pick whatever one that you want, but make sure that it aligns with your goals to be able to achieve what you want. And honestly, if you don't know what to do, literally just find a specific program for powerlifting, strength training, bodybuilding even, you can do anything that you want, but if you don't know how to change up your training style, do a program. I think that it's the best way to try something new when you don't know what to do. I already do a lot of strength training, so something I did was just change up the split I did, and that is something you can also do, is change up your split. Like my split used to be legs, upper legs, upper legs, I didn't do a push-pull legs, I did upper legs, and I focused on a specific body part each upper I did. So if I was doing my first upper day, it would probably be a chest day. My second one would be back day. My third one would be shoulder day. And then I would have my leg days, which were just strict leg days. Within those upper body trainings, I hit everything. So I hit my main compound lift for my first day, which was bench. I did about 2 accessory works for that specific lift, and then I did 1 or 2 exercises for each other upper body movement. So I would do either 1 or 2 back exercises, 1 or 2 shoulder exercises, and then I would do 1 or 2 arm movements for my arms, if you get what I'm saying. So that's what I used to do, and that's what really helped me at first. And it also was really nice change for me, because if I wanted to switch up my days, I could. Like, I could easily do whatever I wanted on whatever upper body day that I had. You know, if I didn't feel like benching that day, that's fine. I can now do mostly accessory back work or mostly accessory shoulder work. You know what I mean? Like, it was so easy for me to switch it up, and I really enjoyed that split. But now my current split is my back and arms day, my leg days, my chest and shoulder days, and then my other leg days. So my leg days are split up into quads and glutes and hams. So I do quads one day, and then the next day, not the next day, but you know, my other leg day, I will do glutes and hams. That is what I find works best for me now, because I am pushing myself so much harder than I was before. So yeah, basically that is what my training split is. I am training for at least 4 days a week and giving myself that optimal rest time. Now, I will train more days if I want to, but I have to get at least 4 training days in a week, which honestly is perfect, because if I'm hitting everything and I'm hitting everything hard, making sure that I'm pushing myself every time, I don't necessarily need to go more than 4 days, you know, because I need to give my body that much rest because I am pushing myself more than usual. I guess the next thing is, how long should you bulk for? Now that really depends on you. You can bulk for as long as you want. You can do 4 set months of bulking, or you can do 6 months, or, you know, go really hard and do 2 or 3 months. You know what I mean? So I've started in September and I'm going probably through February. I just think that for me, that is going to be the most optimal. I like to do slow and steady rather than all at once in your face. Like, let me just, you know, like overwhelm myself. Like, no, I need to do slow and steady, gradually build up to what I'm working for. So yeah, how long you should bulk for is really dependent on your goals. If you can go slower, go slower. There's no need to rush it. Bulk for 6 months, bulk for 4 or 5 months, or, you know, whatever. Like I said, bulking really is up to you and how long you personally want to go for. If you want to bulk for a whole year, you can do that. It's not just limited to a year time span. You can bulk for as long as you want, as long as you have specific goals in mind. And like I said, I have already been bulking for 2 months and I've seen quite a change in my body. I have seen growth in areas that I haven't seen growth before. So I am actually really happy with where I'm at right now. I am struggling a little bit, but I am not struggling as much as I honestly thought I would have. But anyways, honestly, that is it. That is everything I have for you on bulking. If you guys have any more questions, just let me know. You can leave them in the comments below. But yeah, that is truly, I think that is it for this video. That was how and when you should bulk. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to I literally have 5 seconds left. I'm really gonna mess up now. Like, come on. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias, as well as subscribing to my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.